So, another adventure begins. Arrived into Ljubljana in Slovenia. So the plan is to do the Trans Dinarica route, which is a fairly new route which is put together, and it goes around 8 of the Balkan countries. But yeah, planning to take about 6 to 7 weeks to do it. It's about 2,000 miles, but it's very, very hilly. And I can just see the mountains here straight away, right from the airport over there. So let's go. We're about 7 or 8 miles in today. In really, really nice roads, on the quiet roads. They've pretty much all got cycle lanes marked on them, so they've been really, really brilliant. I'm just riding through this little town and got to drop down by the river, I think. Well, nearly at the end of the first little day's riding. It's been really lovely out in the countryside at the moment, but got a bit of a headwind to finish the day off with, but it's okay. I've got a couple of hours to do. Okay, just arrived in Ljubljana, lovely little place, and Marco here.
Yes.
He's been very welcoming, and he's also got out some freshly produced grape and plum juice from his garden right here.
No, yeah.
So
plums are from our farm between Kran and Ljubljana. We have one farm, Napoljani. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Napoljani meant on a field.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
here was the best fields in socialistic time.
Yeah.
I grew here, and this house my parents made now, 1975.
Oh, wow.
Now all region is more than 50-year-old now.
Yeah. Oh, it's really green, isn't it? It's really green, and here's the juice. Right, start of day 2. Beautiful morning. A bit cooler than yesterday, probably about low 20s already, but absolutely perfect. Leaving a place called Croatia, which probably hasn't been pronounced properly, but that's where I stayed last night. Lovely little place. And heading for Tallinn, about 45 to 50 miles today. So I decided to take the off-road version of the route. It kind of drops in and out of the main road down there, which was absolutely lovely. The off-road track is pretty tough, so I'm going to probably drop back onto it because I'm having to push some of the hills already, and it's pretty hard going. So probably going to drop back onto the road, I think. Okay, things have improved a bit off that crazy track. The main road's just over there. I'm going to follow parallel, hopefully, on the quieter road. So I picked up a proper cycle route trail, really nice gravel. I think it goes on for several miles, so this is going to be fun. So the first big climb of the trip. It's been a long one. It's been lovely though, beautiful road. Most of it was about 4%, and the last K and a half has been around 10% on the switchbacks. So I guess I'm getting near the top. But yeah, it's been absolutely fabulous. Stopped for a coffee, 2/3 of the way up, give me a boost. I think I'm approaching the top here. And now we're going to have a magnificent downhill. It's going to be huge. Views are stunning when I'm out of the trees. Woo! Unbelievable. Okay, this is day 3. So day 2 was fantastic, and then overnight, massive thunderstorms, thunder and lightning all night, right over the tent. So I was camping on this nice little spot. So picked up a nice gravel trail, which is kind of following the river, but it's away from the river now. It's all up and down, and it's suddenly turned a bit gnarly. So it's going to be a bit of a hiker bike. Thankfully, the rest of it so far has been lovely. Hard, but rideable. Whew. So that was a pretty tough section. Up and through the mountains on an off-road when there was a lovely big road in the valley, but this was much more fun. And the sun's actually popping out. But we've got a bit of a reward now. A bit of a downhill into the valley. So I've dropped down to the Socha River finally. Just had a little coffee, just crossing the river, and there's a diving platform right off the river. It's pretty high. Must be pretty amazing to jump off there. Well, having crossed the river, been on the quieter roads again, main roads over that side, picked up a lovely cycleway. I think this goes on for about another 3 or 4 miles. Absolutely superb. So I hadn't actually realised that I'd crossed over into Italy probably 6 or 7 miles ago, and I think I'm going to cross back out in about a mile or so. So yeah, it's quite fun crossing into there. I'm heading for Nova Gorica, which is about another 2k. It's back in Slovenia. So, did a little bit in Italy, now crossing back into Slovenia. Well, wow, what a climb, right from down the valley, about 40 miles in, and a bit of a brute. Anyway, nearly at the top. Really long switchbacks actually, so the gradients 5 to 6%, I think, mostly. So it's not too bad, just plodding away. Okay, just about to start day 4 of this trip. I'm still in Slovenia. Stayed in a place called Cezana last night, a little B&B. Just had a pretty humongous breakfast there actually, which is excellent, and heading into Croatia today. So we're going to do about another 60 miles. It's 60 miles yesterday with about 1400 metres of climbing, quite a lot of it on gravel roads, so it's quite tough yesterday, but yeah, the rain didn't come, so that was great, and it's looking pretty decent today. So we're going to head off and yeah, cross the border. Okay, pretty much straight out of Cezana, picked up this lovely gravel road trail, and it's going to go on for quite a long while. Looking at the map, I think it takes me all the way to the Ljubljana stud farm, a very famous stud farm. So yeah, just going to enjoy the nice, good quality gravel trail. Well, here it is, the Ljubljana stud farm. Don't know how much of it I'm going to get to see, but just going to ride past and see what it's like. Okay, well I've just been refused entry to get through the actual main area. I can see some music going on in the background. So he's directed me to go around the back, so that's what I'm going to do. Well, just skirting around the Ljubljana stud farm. Lovely road too. You can see the some of the gallops. Okay, I got to the caves and there was no way to get in, it was all full. But my very friendly guide over here, what's your name again?
Jiva.
Jiva had a little group of cyclists she was taking in, and she's offered to take me in with her, which is absolutely fantastic. And Shiva is actually a cycle guide in Slovenia.
Okay,
So we're going in now, so we better go. So there's a diagram of the Skojan caves. So here we are at the entrance to the cave. A massive, massive group. I think it's going to be split down, but at least we're going in. Okay, just done the cave tour. Absolutely incredible in there. But not allowed to take photos, or they're quite strict, which is fair enough. But now I'm on the walk out. It's still pretty spectacular. And here's the lookout point over where the river goes into the cave, which we've just walked out of. Absolutely incredible. So just had a very brutal section of gravel, basically pushing up an extremely long hill. So I don't know how long. And then a downhill little section was only just rideable. I've come out onto the road and it started raining. But I'm going to stick to the roads now for the rest of the day. The route does take me onto gravel roads, but I'm just not up for it now. Just going to do another 40 miles on the road. Whew, so I'm nearly at the top of a really long, big drag, not too steep. Looking forward to the other side, and I think this is the border with Croatia. It's very low key, no one here, but kind of looks like a border crossing with some flags, so I guess this is it. Ah, here's the sign. Oh, well, I've just done a monster climb at the end of the day. It's only 3 miles now. I think it's mostly downhill, but that's finished me off, that has. Whew. So the first proper view of the coast, and I'm heading down to a place called Senj, which is by the beach. So generally downhill, but I know there's a lot of up and down between here and there. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Well, I've just arrived in Senj. Going to have a little ride around the harbour, check it all out. And I've got a whole afternoon to chill out today. Much more civilised. Stopped off and had an ice cream and a nice cold beer actually, and went to where I thought the apartments were, and the lady said they're not here. She phoned someone up, spoke to another lady. She said head for the cathedral. So I went down all these little side roads, side alleys, got to the cathedral, there she was, and then we've walked down some more little side alleys, and eventually got to the apartment. It's not bad actually. It's up a couple of stairs in a really old building. So I'm just going to carry my bike up and put it on the landing. So it's in here. Of course it's on the second floor. So second flight of stairs coming up. Okay, just heading out of Senj on day 6 and going to be following the coast a bit more and dropping onto a couple of the islands today, but some big climbs I think, some of those hills over there. Well, I'm well into the first big hill of the day. It looked pretty big on the profile. I'm not sure how far I am up it or how far to go. But it's about 4 or 5%, sometimes 6%, so it's not too bad. It's taking it easy. So the biggest hill of the day is done. It actually was not too bad, pretty long. Got to the top, pulled over to look at the view, and there was a couple from the Netherlands sitting there having a cup of coffee with their camper van. And they offered to give me a coffee, so I sat with them for a while and had a chat, coffee, some cake. Absolutely fantastic, really, really friendly people. Okay, I'm just dropping down to the ferry, a place called Brisna, and going across the islands down there. It's always good to get a ferry on these trips. I think it's probably going to be the only one, maybe one more. On the only bike. So that was the ferry, very short ferry ride. It's only about 1.5 miles. Unfortunately for me, still very nice. Now I've got to cycle along this island onto the next island, I think joined by a causeway. So I've got all afternoon to do that. Okay, that's the final climb done of this day. And drop down there. It's the town of Pag, and then out from Pag about 10 miles. Then that's me done today, and heading to Ljubljana. Just crossing the causeway. Okay, so arrived in Ljubljana, and again, not sure if that's the right way to say it, but it looks like it on the map. And yeah, had a good day. 63 miles, about 1,350 metres of climbing, more than I'd anticipated, but basically 4 big climbs during the day. Yeah, I got a nice little apartment here, kind of overlooking sea in the very distance, but it's starting to get dark now. The apartment's great. Had a little freshen up. Got this whole apartment for £35, I think it was. So there's a nice bathroom. There's actually 2 bedrooms, but I'm just in this one here. And I'm cooking up some tuna pasta with some vegetables. Standard stuff for me when I'm out travelling, if I've got the kitchen. Good feed with some pasta sauce and of course a beer. Okay, so I just stopped for breakfast after about 20 minutes. Leaving Ljubljana. It's stopped at the supermarket. I've got a couple of chocolate donuts, some juice and some fruit. So yeah, I thought I'd stop here just before I get onto the busier road. There is a bloody big headwind though today, and I'm going that way all day, and the headwind is, so yeah, going to be a little bit tougher than I thought, but not too far to go today, 40 miles I think. So yeah, have my breakfast and crack on. Okay, just to prove it's not always sunny, it started raining at 4 or 5 miles before the end today. Didn't quite get there in the sun. But just going to carry on like this, and a couple of miles downhill we're going to go find either a campsite or a cabin. It's probably a cabin in this weather. So the rain finally stopped. Sitting around waiting for it to stop before I put the tent up. Found a little spot by the river. It's pretty tight, but it's a nice spot overall. I'm going to go for a little swim in a minute, and yeah, right next to the river. Here it is. It was actually the only spot left. It's near the recycling bins, which is okay, that's fine. It's going to be quiet overnight, so I'm only staying for one night, so it'll all be good. Okay, so last night was ridiculous thunderstorms, really loud, shaking my body, but it cleared about 4 or 5 in the morning, and there we got a beautiful sunny morning. Packing my tent away over there, and a very friendly Croatian couple, Borak, is making me breakfast. Look at this.
This is Orak.
Borak. This looks incredible.
Body.
Wow.
My husband every morning prepare me breakfast
Mokwa.
And some
before
figs.
I go to work.
Look at this. I'll be going fast.
Yeah.
Naturo.
Wow, that's amazing. And some porridge on top. This is really going to set me up for the day. Well, after that amazing breakfast by those lovely people, back onto the road, straight into a big climb. Right in the mountains now, and today going to be generally an upwards profile back into the mountains. Okay, the first of today's gravel sections. Flipping steep, but all rideable. Just coming to the end of this little section now. Back on the tarmac. Oh, that's nice. Back on the gravel. They seem to have tarmacked that steep section and left the flatter sections. So much quieter up here in the mountains, away from the coast. It's lovely. Dropping down into Knin. Gonna have some lunch there. So just stopped off at the Cetina River Spring, also known as the Eye of the Earth. Beautiful turquoise water. So this is where I'm staying tonight. I've already checked in actually, and just popped out to a tiny little supermarket, well, shop, to get some beers. It's quite the attraction to stay here because it was about a mile away. But look at this place. And that's where I'm staying, just in here. Really, really lovely people. And they've said I can help them myself to their grapes, their peppers, all the fruit they're growing. It's amazing. So this is the place. Lovely little apartment. Got everything in here. Bed, kitchen, wash machine. Look at it. So what a stunning evening. Just had a wander down to the lake. Well, this is where the river Cetina comes into Lake Peruća. So the lake just goes on around the corner. I'm going to be riding along it tomorrow. But absolutely stunning evening. Wow, this is so beautiful here. Away from all the crowds of yesterday, up in the mountains, and an absolutely beautiful little village. Wander down to the lake, watching the sunset. It's absolutely stunning. So, everything except for the carrots, picked from the garden with the owner's blessing. Absolutely amazing. Well, start of day 9. What a fantastic sleep I had last night. Brilliant apartment. And up and ready for the monster climb today to get over into Bosnia. What a lovely descent that was. Woo! Now I've got to go up again. Okay. This is the one I've not been looking forward to today. The start of the big climb. It's about 800 metres of ascent. So just stocked up with some food, some drinks. And we're just going to take it nice and steady up here. Probably stop a few times as well. Okay, I'm approaching the exit border for Croatia just ahead. So, not to get near the top. I know it's not actually at the top, but there it is. So, just crossed into Bosnia and Herzegovina. Passport stamped. And still climbing up there. Looks like that's the pass over there, hopefully around that corner.